Thailand is well known for its amazing food, and quite frankly, trying all the food is one of the best reasons to visit the country of smiles and come back again and again. We always like to eat great food, but it should be affordable, so a good bang for your buck is important. And with ever-rising tourism numbers and an overwhelming amount of restaurants, it can be very daunting to find the right restaurants and hidden gems. So in this video, we are going to show you not only the best bang for your buck cheap eat restaurants of Bangkok, but also exactly which dishes to order. And since most of you watching this video will most likely stay in the two city centers of Bangkok, either the Khao San Road area or along Sukhumvit Road, we will limit this list to these two areas. Yes, they are cheaper and less touristy spots, but most people will eat in these areas. So let's start in the Khao San area with a beautiful restaurant simply called The Family.
So we made it over to Family Restaurant, which is not too far from the Khao San area, and this is a real family style restaurant. We're out here in a front yard by a canal enjoying some food, and I went with one of my favorites, absolute favorites, pad siu. Love pad siu, I love pad kimao, I love the thick rice noodles. You can see them, they glisten, they shine, it's stir fried, and I absolutely love it. It's so good. This jelly texture of noodles that I really like. It's different than the pad thai noodles that are thinner rice noodles. It's these thick ones, and it's just so good. And then I got mine with shrimp, and it's only 110 baht, which is not too bad. There we go. Look at that chunk. Beautiful.
So I went with one of my favorite dishes, and that is chicken cashew nut. What I like about this dish is that it's always a good amount of chicken meat, but then also a good amount of vegetables with it. And usually I've had spicy, here it's usually not that spicy. But what I like at this restaurant a lot is the portion sizes. For Thailand, this is a lot of food. And then I got rice on the side, which is 20 baht extra.
Cute, it's in a little heart.
It's a little hot. This is actually not a big rice to food ratio. Also, like this fish spoon.
Oh,
it's kind of cute. I think this is my #1 dish. Either this one or massaman curry, but chicken cashew nut is, in my opinion, the best Thai dish for me. It's the best mix of everything. Massaman curry is my favorite curry. I can never decide which one is better, but this is so good everywhere. This one here actually has some unique ingredients. They have a lot of kale in there. That is not that common, but then you have broccoli, you have tomatoes, you have the cashew nuts in here.
And
somewhere.
peppers, of course the peppers. You always have that in cashew nuts.
Peppers. And I think might be one of the best balanced Thai meals out there, because I think good amount of veggies, good amount of protein. It's always hard to get a lot of protein. And here, this is also only 100 baht. I think over the last couple of years, the price has definitely increased by quite a bit here. So 100 baht, 120 baht for chicken cashew nut is kind of like the new standard. So overall, we're around something like €3 for a dish like this. Same for the noodles. The portion size is definitely big, so it's definitely one of the best cheap eats in the area, one of the best bang for your bucks, and the flavors are just always spot on. You get these little tiny tables, plastic chairs, stools to sit on.
Toilet paper for napkins, I love it.
Yeah, it's very hot today, as you can see by my sweat-proof shirt right here.
The beauty of Thailand.
Usually at these price points, you don't really get the fine dining experience. Not much indoor restaurants with ACs and stuff. It's more of these outdoor style Thai restaurants. And I really like that.
Yeah.
Like it, although we're sweating like crazy, it's really cool.
Yeah.
And so this is Khao San Road, the most famous or infamous road on Bangkok basically. And it's obviously like the biggest backpacking area in Bangkok. There's a lot of good food in the area. Some of it is overpriced, some of it is very touristy. The whole area is very touristy. But since it's one of the, in my mind, big two centers of Bangkok, gonna show you some good cheap eats as well.
Directly on Khao San Road, you can find a couple of stands that offer pad thai. Not our favorite dish, but kind of like the gateway for many Westerners into Thai food. To choose the right vendor, we recommend just to gauge how fresh the noodles look and if there's a good amount of turnover. We found this vendor last year right on the street, and the pad thai was really, really good.
The cheapest pad thai I found was just pad thai with egg for 40 baht. So here we go. And it's funny because it's probably the best known Thai dish out there. However, We like some other noodle dishes better. I like the thick noodles. Deanna is a big fan of the thick noodles. Pad See Ew, Pad Ki Mao. That stuff is, in my opinion, good step above the Pad Thai. But this one's actually pretty good. He threw it in the huge wok there in some oil. He added carrot shreds to it. There's egg on it. And even though it's Khao San Road and it's a tourist place, like one of the tourist traps basically, this is actually very good and very fresh.
Aside from that, the area actually has some great and affordable international options as well, and we can recommend Shoshana for Israeli cuisine, a place called Bangkok Poutine for Thai and yes, Canadian food, as well as a little Vietnamese soup shop called Khun Dang's Vietnamese Noodle. And if you're really missing some Western bread, this next little bakery has you covered.
So if you're ever tired of Thai food, rice, noodles, curries, just a quick walk from Khao San Road, there is Khun Bakery that should have some pretty good sandwiches, breads, and we're gonna get some right now.
So this is the sandwich that you get at Khun Bakery, right outside of Khao San area. They offer a couple different types of sandwiches. This is the big one, and you get a full French baguette. This is 159 baht for a sandwich with cheese, ham and bacon. They also have a tuna version, and they also have a smaller version, which is only 69 baht. We got the one with cooked ham on there, a full cheese layer, and tomatoes, lettuce, and some, I guess, mayonnaise sauce, some white sauce. As I said, this is the big one. 159, that is like 4.5 euros. So very, very cheap still for the amount of food that you get, and definitely not Thai food, but if you crave the bread, then you know it's a very good place to go. Here we go. It's really nice, man. You know how sometimes it's really hard to find decent bread outside of Germany or France? I guess French baguette. This is like a proper baguette, same quality as you get it in Germany or France, I would assume. This definitely hits the spot. It feels very fresh. They make it freshly there, and this is very nice. And I think this is definitely for two people. Like, this is just half of it, and I'm gonna eat that, and I'm gonna be satisfied.
They had a lot of other pastry items there that looked really good. I love ham and cheese sandwiches. It reminds me of childhood, so let's go. If you crave a ham and cheese sandwich, this is better than a 7-Eleven Toasty. It's awesome.
Definitely.
Little fresh ingredients in there too.
And by the way, below the video in the description there will be a list of all of the restaurants we mentioned, as well as a customized map showing all the locations.
If you're new here, we do travel and food videos every week. We're trying to go around the world and try all the different cuisines and show it and share it with you. So if you like that, if you like food, if you like traveling, maybe consider subscribing. We will be eternally thankful. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
The Khao San area is a lot of fun, especially for backpackers. And there is some good food, but our favorite area and the area we recommend for most travelers to stay in and experience Bangkok is along Sukhumvit Road. This long street along the green BTS line featuring all the shiny malls and skyscrapers of Bangkok. And talking about shiny, we are going to start in Bangkok's probably shiniest and most modern street, right in between some of the most epic malls known to man, and it's called Siam Square Soi 7.
And this has to be the nicest, most modern area of Bangkok. This is actually a pedestrian street right here, right behind these shopping malls, and it's super nice. It's full of restaurants and shops and malls all around, and they have these nice trees and decoration, and it looks absolutely awesome at night. It really gives me Japanese vibes. And the next restaurant we're going to is right around a corner here, so can't wait, let's eat.
We made it over to our next stop, which is Inter Restaurant near Siam Square. It's a very busy restaurant, as you can see. The wait was about 15 minutes. It wasn't too long. They have a pretty fast turnover. I decided to get 2 appetizers. I got som tom, which is just a Thai spicy papaya salad. And then I got deep fried spring rolls, which look awesome. I'm gonna start with the som tom here. So the som tom was 58 baht, which is a pretty good deal. You can see that there are green beans in there, there's tomato in there, there's definitely some fish chunks and some peanuts in there as well. What makes this awesome is it's when the papaya salad is not fully ripe, so you get this nice like crispier version of papaya. It's not quite the orange flesh we're used to. It's very good, there's a nice spice to it, flavorful, and I just love this papaya crunch. It's an awesome salad.
Very good, crunchy, very fresh, very different. If we crave something fresher, papaya salad always a great option.
And then these deep fried spring rolls were 88 baht, so under 3 euros and $3. They look great. I think there's meat inside too, which is nice, and it comes with this nice chili sauce. There we go, there we go. I love spring rolls. I love a nice deep fried appetizer. There's these nice vermicelli noodles inside that give it a nice like gooiness inside this nice crisp. Not too shabby.
So spring rolls are usually a very nice go-to appetizer. If you feel extra hungry, but you don't want to order a second meal, just go for spring rolls. Thailand known for their spring rolls. Most of the times they're really good, and in this restaurant, everything is an okay portion size. It's fairly cheap, and the spring rolls really nice. And then I went for another big Thai classic, the Penang curry. There's a huge debate always, what is the best curry? And I think it's always between green curry, massaman, and Penang. In my opinion, Penang is number 3, and the other 2 are slightly better. However, I have like a big fan favorite. This is the chicken version. Chicken meat looks like this.
He asked for it spicy too, so there's some chilies in there.
Yes, and then funnily, it came with a boiled egg on the side. I haven't seen that, but I'm not mad about that. I like the fried egg, I like the boiled egg. Eggs are just great. And then, see how good that is. Ooh, it immediately tastes a little different. It has this typical red curry, Penang curry taste. There's usually no vegetables in it. It's just the meat with some sauce and some rice. But the flavor is still really good. I can understand why some people say this is their favorite flavor. Very nice. This was 100 baht. The curries are usually slightly more expensive. Overall, satisfying, spicy, hearty curry. Very nice. I have a bit of a feeling that Bangkok adjusted a little bit, or Thailand in general, to foreign spice levels, because this is not really spicy and I asked for spicy. So all the restaurants where a lot of tourists come in and out, and this is definitely one of them. This restaurant is no secret. They're usually not that spicy. So another place I quickly want to mention as a cheap eat is this Shinkansen Sushi. This is actually a chain here in Bangkok, and it's a Japanese chain. They obviously focus on sushi, but they also have sushi bowls, poke bowls, ramen, and other stuff. And not everything there is really good. However, what we can recommend is the 119 baht sushi bowl, and it's these donburi bowls that have a rice bottom, and there's fresh salmon on top and an egg and crunchy onions and stuff like that. It tastes really nice, and it's 119 baht. It's the salmon bowls. Those are the ones I would go for, and it's definitely worth a visit if you're in Bangkok. They also have multiple locations, so very easy to find.
Aside from these 2 options, the Siam area at the western end of Sukhumvit is not that entirely low budget friendly. So next, we go down the street a couple of stops to some of our top picks around Nana and Asok stations.
Our next place is going to be in the Sukhumvit area. We are here at Doi Soi 12. It's in between Asok and Nana and around the Sukhumvit area. And this is a place we come to often. It's one of our favorites. We've had many meals here. I think our first meal back in Thailand was actually here. I had pad ki mao, so good. But today we are doing some curries, and I have green curry here. It is one of the spiciest Thai curries. I've got chicken. You can see the eggplant, you can see the Thai basil in here, it's beautiful. Do you see those chilies there? We asked for very spicy. Green curry can be one of the spiciest curries in Thailand and one of the spiciest dishes in general, and I absolutely love it. So this place is a little more expensive than the average cheap eats. Some might argue with me, but I think it's pretty cheap eat. This is 150 for the curry and then 20 for the rice, so 170 for a good meal. I also got a mango smoothie for 80 baht because I love mango smoothie. But here we go, we're gonna give this a try. Let's see if I try how spicy it is. I'll just try it with the curry. I'll do it without rice first. There's something about Thai eggplants that I just love. They're these small green eggplants. They're cooked all the way through. They're so good. They have a different flavor than like the eggplants we have in the US or even like the Japanese, Chinese style eggplants, but I love these. I'm just gonna throw all of this rice in here and it'll soak up some of that fluid so it'll become more of like a mushier combination instead of a soup.
Let's be real, that's how you eat curry.
This is how we do it. Here we go, here we go. Oh, this is how I love it. I think this dish is 100% worth it for 170 baht. It's a very decent portion. As you can see, it's like the size of my head. They make it fresh to order. It's very warm, very hot to the touch. Like I almost just burnt my fingers on that bowl. It's awesome.
And I chose the massaman curry. These are actually two of our favorite dishes, the massaman curry also being my favorite curry. This place we really recommend the curries. They also have good chicken cashew nut, they have good pad krapao, but the thing that is really good here are the curries, and the green one and the massaman one are just the best. So I also opted for the chicken one. There are potatoes in there, onions, and a couple of peanuts, I think. Just love to dump my whole rice in there, and then you just mix it up. The massaman, one of the creamiest curries.
And also, the one with potatoes, so of course this potato guy would love it.
It's just the best one. There we go, got a spoonful. Dude, you just can't go wrong with it. If you never had massaman curry, you need to try this when you come to Thailand. Look how oozy this is. Like we said, we had this many times before. This one is 145 plus the rice, which is like 20, I think. Can't recommend this place enough. One of our favorites here. Absolutely love it.
So we are sitting outside so we can film and eat comfortably on camera, but there is a full inside area with Wi-Fi and aircon. So one of my favorite places in this area.
It's also worth mentioning, aside from just the Thai food, they have quite the extensive Western menu, so you can get club sandwiches, you can get international breakfast, pancakes, waffles, stuff like that. But like we said earlier, come for the curries.
Doi Soi 12 Cafe is definitely one of our go-tos, but we have one more sit-down at the probably cheapest place left on our list. But before that, two more Thai restaurants we can recommend are Khun Phuk, a popular spot with good food but fairly touristy, which is right on Sukhumvit close to Nana Station, but also Pantare, which is less touristy and in a small back alley just across from Khun Phuk. But now, for the probably best place to sample plenty of Thai food for crazy good prices, Pier 21 Food Court.
For the final stop, we came to Pier 21, which is in Terminal 21 on the 5th floor, and it's this food court area, and this is probably the best bang for your buck food that you can find, at least in the Sukhumvit area around Asok. This is basically our go-to spot to save money, and the food is pretty good as well. There's a ton to choose from. We got 3 dishes here. This right here comes from one of these stalls where they have these pre-made foods in big quantities, and they have like 15 to choose from, and you just point and you can do rice dish with one side, rice dish with 2 sides. I did 2 sides and an egg right here. I think this one here is a green curry with fish and Thai eggplants. It looks like that. The good thing about these stalls is that you can get more vegetables. Like there's a good amount of vegetables, vegetarian options as well to choose from, and it's always nice to have that. Also, every stall here you can add as many eggs on top. Some have fried eggs, some have boiled eggs. I really like that option to get some extra protein in, because sometimes if you eat on a budget in Thailand, your protein ratio is pretty low. But as my second dish, I chose just another eggplant dish here, and this one is on the spicier side, and I just love the glibbery texture of these eggplants. I absolutely love them. What we also wanted to show you is this dish. I waited to get that here because it's very good here, and this is the typical pad krapao, which is like the spicy basil stir-fried minced pork with rice on the side, and this is a classic Thai dish. To be honest, I think to me this is the Thai food flavor, this basil, spicy. They also have chicken versions and seafood versions, but the pork version is usually the most flavorful, the fattiest with all the flavor in there. Dude, that just tastes like Thailand to me. This one actually a little bigger. They increased in price a little bit since last year. 47 baht for this dish. And then this one I put on the screen with 2 sides and an egg. Very affordable, decent portion sizes. This is made to order. It's not just sitting there. This one was sitting there and you choose from. Good selection.
So they do have some other Asian cuisine options. There's Japanese, there's Korean. I've seen Chinese baozi and Chinese like Peking duck, but I decided to go with this one that's kind of Japanese. It's a fried fish, and then I added a fried egg for 7 baht on here. It's super simple, super easy. It's a thinly fried white fish with some nice sweet sauce on there. And you get 2 pieces with this. And then this is my nice loaded piece. It's pretty big. It's pretty big.
Oh no.
I personally love it. I love the sweet flavor of the sauce. I love the fried crunch. I think this is an awesome option if you want to switch it up a little bit. And this was only 61 baht total for this with the egg on there.
Some nice Japanese flavor.
So some nice ones.
You also get a bit of a view if you're lucky enough to score one of the tables on the row here. And by the way, there's a lot of leftovers here next to us.
Even though every table says, put your dishes away.
There's like literally a return shelf.
English, Thai, Chinese.
A couple steps away, return shelves. There's a couple of dessert options as well. You can get mango sticky rice ice cream. Basically, a lot of the things Thailand is known for, you can sample around because it's so cheap, and we really like that.
It's a good bang for your buck. Price-wise, thanks for helpness.
Those were our favorite cheap eats here in Bangkok, and we highly recommend all of them, including all the dishes we showed you. But let us maybe know in the comments which your favorite Thai dish is.
Yes, as always, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow, look at you.